My name is Ariel Valencia, and I'll be answering the reflection questions. Question 1. How does your product use or challenge conventions, and how does it represent social groups or issues? Well, our project is a horror/thriller movie, and it is where the main character gets abducted by a group of mysterious people. And the idea of kidnapping is not uncommon to see in other movies that share the same genre. So the way that my group and I used conventions in our film was to try to create a eerie or mysterious aura around the film by focusing on the lighting in certain scenes, focusing on the diegetic sounds around, and having like little pauses of silence to try to build up the tension. And talking about the social groups or social issues, it wasn't really a big focus to do that. The film's primary purpose was for entertainment, but our film does uh, talk about abduction in the plot, and abduction is always a serious problem in any part of the world, and it's probably a problem that doesn't get enough light on because like you'll read about an abduction case for like a week or two and then never hear about it again. So that's a big problem in the world. And question 2, how does your product engage with the audience, and how would it be distributed as real media text? The way that our product engages with the audience is by maintaining the mysterious atmosphere all throughout the film, of having the audience want to know more. And the way that we do that is by foreshadowing certain events in the beginning and making sure that we drop some kind of clues that tie back to um, it later on in the film, which causes the audience to connecting two and two together and wanting to know more what happens next. Also, since it is a horror/thriller movie, we made sure to pay attention to the lighting and noises around to make sure it matches the mood of the scene. And when it comes to sharing our film on the media, there's a bunch of different ways to do it. Like there's YouTube, there's Instagram, there's Snapchat, and even little TV ads. But I think that the best way, if we were to distribute it, would be through Instagram, because our targeted audience would be people of this current generation, and being a member of this generation, a lot of people use Instagram for many things, and I've seen ads on Instagram promoting different kinds of stuff, films, clothing lines, and a bunch of things. So we would probably go with Instagram if we were to distribute it. Question 3. How did your production skills develop throughout this project? During this project of this film, it involved a ton more planning than previous projects because it involved more external variables outside of our group, such as participants. The location was in one of our houses. We had to have people bring in props, and we had to schedule 2 weekends where people were available to film. So it was definitely more stressful and more time consuming in the planning process than other projects. Plus, when we were filming, I was more hands on the camera. I was helping them film a good portion of the scenes. I was even helping the actors in the scenes, helping them like tell them what emotion they should convey, and the body language. So throughout this production of this film, I was able to develop skills in multiple aspects. Question 4. How did you integrate technologies in this project? When it came down to editing our footage, there was a lot of ways integration between technology. For example, we had to obviously download the footage from the camera onto the computer software so we could edit it and make it all nice and pretty and smooth. And while editing, we had to trim and move around, even add in some scenes, and we had to do a bunch of stuff to the footage. And to make it even nicer, we also had to add in some music to it to build up the mood or the desired feeling that we wanted the audience to feel. And so to include music, we had to get we had to integrate an MP3 file and play around with it until it was in the right location with our footage. And we also had to trim parts of the music because we didn't use all of it. We only needed some parts of it, and we didn't use the entire thing. So thank you for listening.